Hi, my name is Rebecca and welcome to Yarn and Pajamas. Today is the reveal episode for the Hooked on Wreaths collaboration winter edition that I'm doing with Lori over at Lori Hooks. I'm going to have all of Lori's links down below, so please make sure you go over and check out her channel if you have never met Lori, or make sure you go over and see how cute Lori's wreath is going to be. So, Hooked on Wreaths, what is it? If you have never been here and never seen any of these videos, it is a collaboration that Lori and I have been doing all year long, the whole of 2023. We started with a spring wreath, and we are now on our fourth and final wreath, which is the winter wreath. And it has been a very fun journey. I have been so happy that Lori done this collaboration with me, because now I have a wreath to hang up in my home for every season. And I thought, before I showed you guys the final product of my winter wreath, I would just recap the wreaths that I have done. So like I said, this year we done the first wreath, which was a spring wreath, and I believe that it was in March was when we revealed our spring wreath. And here was mine. I think maybe, was it this way? No, this way. I think it kind of like went a little bit sideways. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I have a little hook on the back of it, but oh, no. It went just like this. So this is my little wreath. It's on a wicker wreath frame. It's got a bunch of Easter eggs. It's got a bee here. We've got the little bunny floof right there. Some flowers. This little decorative piece of something I bought from the Hobby Lobby, like little sprigs, a bow. And yes, this was my wreath, because when I think of spring, I think of Easter, I think of flowers, I think of bunny rabbits, I think of all of that. So this was my spring wreath, and I believe I got this wreath from a book. I'll pop in a picture of it here. So my next wreath is the summer wreath. And I wanted a succulents wreath. I wanted a wreath covered in succulents. Well, I kind of got that. I've done a little bit. These are my favorites, these string of pearls. So I've got this nice little summer succulent wreath. And the good thing about this is that I can finish putting some more on at a later time if I so choose. But otherwise, I feel like it needs something right here. So maybe this coming summer, something will speak to me and I can put it in there. So here is my summer wreath. And then my fall wreath is this a cutie patootie. So I wanted a little scarecrow inside of my wreath, and I made this little cute dude. I've got like a little crow. I've got some pumpkins and some acorns. This cute little bow is from the Dollar Tree. The corn husks are from my yard. They blew in from the cornfield over next door. And I had a lot of fun making him. And this was just a very cute little wreath that I'm now going to be able to have in my home. Now, for the last, it's my winter wreath, and I'm gonna have to say that it is my favorite wreath so far. I don't know how I could have topped that Scarecrow wreath, but I have, and I'm in love with it, and I can't wait to show you guys. Here it is. Oh my goodness. I just adore it. And this one is on a smaller wreath form too. It's on a 9-inch wreath form. I saw a picture of a wreath similar to this and I really wanted it, but the pattern was a little bit more than what I wanted to pay for it, because my wreaths have all been like stash or from my library or some free patterns, and I didn't want to start paying for one right at the end. So I just recreated it with a bunch of free patterns. So I'm going to read you guys what those patterns are. So the holly leaves and berries, I put 3 of them on. Well, first, let's talk about, I crocheted just a simple cover. I done single crochets in the back loops to give it like some kind of texture. As you can see, the little bumpies. I think I started off doing half double crochets, but then forgot and then started doing single crochets. But it's just in a, I think it's coffee, Red Heart coffee, that I had from my stash, and just enough to cover the wreath form. Now, if I had this to do over again, I would have picked a lighter color, because I feel like with all of these greens and reds that the wreath is a little dark. So there's that. But the holly berries and leaves were made with a scrap of green. I think it's Michael's Crafter's Corner or something like that. And then the red is a Michael's Crafter's Corner as well. But the pattern I got was from Home Crochet. So that was free. And of course, I'll have all of the patterns linked down below. And then these ivy leaves right here, I desperately needed some lighter green to lighten this wreath up. So I decided to find some ivy leaves, which are in that pattern from the original pattern. And I found a free pattern on Moira Crochet. And I crocheted up a bunch of those. And I think that color is called Tea Leaf from Red Heart, I believe, is the color from it. And then the candle in the middle is a free pattern from Elisa's Crochet. And I just didn't make it as big because I used a scrap of white. I believe it's a Red Heart white. And I just didn't make it as big as what hers called for. I just stopped because my wreath wasn't as big. The wreath form wasn't. And I followed the flame, the big flame. Now, my flame, I didn't want it setting down completely onto the candle. I wanted it to be raised up like it's like really flickering. So if you can tell, it's on a stick pin, and I kind of glued the stick pin in. So what I done was I made me like a hole with my crochet hook and kind of like stuck the stick pin in and pulled it down to where the head of it would be bumping up against the bottom of the flame. And then I put some Eileen's tacky glue on it. I mean, it's not a very strong hold, but for my purposes. And then all I have to do is stick it down in there, and it kind of makes it look like it's floating above the candle. And I really like that look better than it shoved all the way down on top of the candle. I like it being a little bit above. So there's that, and that is a free pattern. Now this bow, it's not my favorite bow pattern, and it is a free pattern from Repeat Crafter Me. I ran out of the color of red that I was using and had to start using some cherry red from Red Heart. So the bow is 2 different colors, but that's okay because it's my wreath and I'm fine with it. But I thought this was the bow pattern I'd used for my Snow White basket, and it is not. So it was not my favorite. I wish I hadn't put so much time into it. I think out of all of the aspects of this, the bow took the longest, and it's my least favorite aspect. Now, those silver bells dangling around up there are a free pattern from Happy Berry Crochet. And I don't know if you can see, but the little dangles are like a little pearl. And I didn't have any solid pearls, so I had like some flat back pearls. So what I done was I glued the flat back pearls together onto the string that hangs down from the inside of the bell that does its tinkling. And then I had some things left from Christmas, such as these mistletoes, and I believe that there is some, let's see, there is some mistletoe in the original pattern that I was looking at. I had these little red berry things from my Christmas Advent and this poinsettia, which I know that there's poinsettias in that pattern as well. So I just thought I'm going to go ahead and add those to the wreath, since I had them laying around and they weren't doing anything. So that is that. So I didn't think that it would hurt anything by adding a little extra blingy bling. So that is my wreath. Sorry guys, train. So that is my winter wreath. It looks more like a Christmas wreath. Yeah, I can go with that. But I'm gonna leave it hanging up all winter time long because I like it and it's so pretty. So that, guys, is the end of the Hooked on Wreaths collaboration. I hope you guys have enjoyed this collaboration. I hope that we have inspired you guys to make some wreaths for your home. Yeah, so down in the comments below, let me know which was your favorite wreath that I made all year long. Was it my spring, summer, fall, or winter wreath? Just let me know down in the comments. And make sure that you go over and check out Lori's channel. And thank you so much, Lori, for joining in this collaboration with me. We've really gotten to know each other a little bit better this year because we've been in contact a whole lot. So our friendship has grown, and I hope it continues to grow in 2024. And with that, guys, I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.